Though the heroes banded together to stop the Dead Three and the Elder Brain, the scars from the villain's twisted plot run deep. Faerun stirs. As the world recovers, a new threat will arise that could plunge the world into chaos.
Oh, I'm back again. Let us see what mischief I can get up to now.
Here's your lesson for the day. One can't truly teach if they are not willing to learn.
Death isn't something you need to be afraid of. It's simply a new path to walk.
You wanna burn old Marcus? Well, mon frere, I was born a little for me. The fire keep me warm, baby. If you wanna burn me, you best try harder than that.
This world will be mine.
God, fuck.
Yep, that made it in. Hi, Internet. Welcome back to Shadows over Baldur's Gate, and welcome to Critic Chronicles. Oh, the thing worked. It's working. Great. Holy.
I told you it would.
Well, okay. I'm just gonna stop that right now. Hi everybody. Well, oh god damn it, I messed up a thing. We're not gonna worry about it. Hi everybody. Welcome to Crit Hit Chronicles, and welcome to Shadows over Baldur's Gate, our spiritual sequel to the award-winning video game, where we explore what happens after the attack of the Elder Brain, and we tell that story through some fantastic characters. But before we jump into the story, a couple quick announcements. As always, and as you can see in the top left corner of your screen, we are sponsored by Modern Artifice. So if you like fancy dice that sound like this when you roll them, beautiful and metallic, go to their website, modernartifice.com, use code CritHitCron, and you get 10% off of your order. Also, you will notice below the character portraits, and ignoring the bot that I have going through the chat with the wrong thing, if we hit our tip goal of 250, both this party and the Thursday night party will gain a level. That's right. We're leaving it in your hands and it could very well happen like right after I give you guys a level. Like the amount of chaos that I've basically introduced. I'm sure future Cujo's going to have a problem, but now Cujo's fine with it. It'll be totally
Listen. You brought this chaos upon yourself.
I did. I 100% did.
It's going to be delightful.
It's going to be
It's gonna be great.
It's going to be great. But before we jump into tonight's wonderful session, we have a wonderful and fantastic cast we want to reintroduce. So I'm going to hand it over to them so you can meet them once again.
I'm Lauren Urban, she, her. You can find me all over the internet at my website, lauren-urban.com, because it's way easier that way. Tonight, I'm playing Udazash, who is a Dragonborn Ranger. And I finally remembered to bring my dice that I had bought all the way back at PAX Unplugged, specifically from Modern Artifice. And so here's the sound of my dice.
Oh, they are beautiful.
They're so beautiful. And nothing weird happened last time.
Definitely nothing weird.
Hi. My name's Omega Jones, also known as Crit Bard across all social media channels. My pronouns are he and they. And I play Professor Gideon Hollowell. I also have dice, and I guess my dice sound like I don't know if that's audible or not.
I'm here for this dice
session.
SMR.
But yeah, I'm excited to do some things because today's going to be a fun, interesting session, methinks.
It's going to be great.
Hi, hello, good evening, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura22. You can usually find me all over the internet as some iteration of _Laura22. And tonight I will be playing our Hexblood Celestial Warlock, Winifred Fithiok. I guess we're doing dice ASMR. So here's my lovely little liquid core set from the one and only Dispel Dice.
Beautiful. Why did that get me?
Ooh.
Hello, everyone. My name is PJ McGaw. You can find me all over the internet at PJ McGaw, all the spots. I'm not on TikTok though, so don't go looking for me there. Let's see. I'm playing Marcus Hellhammer of the New Hampshire Hellhammers. Both of our pronouns are he and him, and my dice sound like your monster just died. So, welcome on board, and I can't wait. Drop bunches of punches, baby.
Bunches of punches. When last we left our intrepid heroes, they had
Sirenscape. Sirenscape. Sorry. I was like, that's not
The
music
arm
right
got
here.
me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, continue. Go forth and prosper.
When last we left our intrepid heroes, they had departed from the city of Baldur's Gate with the idea of heading to Elturel after hearing that there was some rumored activity of the cult of the dragon, a cult that has started to spring up, possibly heralding the return of the scaled tyrant herself, Tiamat. Elturel, having spent some time in the first level of hell in Avernus, they decided, after meeting with some important dignitaries and archmages, that they would head in this direction. Along the way, they passed through the once shadow-cursed lands, where they met a small twig blight who had sprung into action meekly to try to assist in the rescue of one halfling who had been captured by a colony of myconids. After successfully rescuing said halfling and returning him to his wife, the party had a moment to rest for the night, where Utazash, through some creative use of some mushrooms, got to experience some memories that were long since locked away. Gideon had a small conversation with Dicarios, aka Gale of Waterdeep, about the journey forward. Winifred and Shale shared a moment of bonding with each other around the fire, and Marcus made a connection through the book that had been stolen by Utazash from Sorcerer's Sundries in the city of Baldur's Gate. But I will say that morning has come. Everybody, congratulations. You successfully get a long rest. So any spent slots or whatnot are yours once again. What would you like to do?
Again.
I think Udazash is actually one of the first, if not the first, up, and so you find her making breakfast around the fire. And what she's making is really simple, especially with whatever rations we have, but hearty kind of things: oatmeal, eggs, sausage, stuff like that. And she looks pensive, but gives each of you a smile and hands you a plate as you come out. Oh, hi, here you go. And just goes back to making oatmeal.
Illithor rushes up. Oh, I can't wait for breakfast.
I am not a chef. I kill things, I don't prepare things, but this will get you through the day.
No, this looks delicious. It looks great.
You don't have to lie. It's not going to be delicious, but it will be good.
Marcus,
You
will
just
be-
see Gideon. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Marcus is kind of sitting down, kind of eating it, kind of stops for a bit, looks up at Udazesh, looks over at Ilithor, reaches into his pocket, pulls out the hot sauce, just starts going ham on it. Ilithor, you want some? You might help with the breakfast. No offense, Udi, great food, but this cooking here does need a little bit of something extra. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, everything could use hot sauce.
See, there you go.
That's what I learned in Baldur's Gate recently.
That very crystalline ethereal hand has grabbed the bowl that you gave that you handed out to everyone, gave to him, and he's like currently writing some things in like small notebook. And hearing Ilithor and then looking back to Udazash, he looks back at his book. I heard many words come from you, Ilithor. None of them were to thank and you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Next time it's your turn to cook.
Okay. I can make I can make some eggs. Oh, we don't have eggs. I actually know through some clever use of magic we can make some bacon. We don't have bacon. I'm sure I can figure it out. Sure.
I have every confidence in you.
Well, thanks. Shale
Shakes his head.
Shale accepts the bowl. Thank you, Utazash.
Thank you, Zash.
Happy to help. And then she just kind of uncharacteristically goes back to her oatmeal looking pensive some more.
Zash, don't take this the wrong way, but you're usually talking our ears off first thing in the morning. Is everything all right?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about things. I usually don't have things to think about in the morning. Is that usually a thing?
It depends on how awake you are first thing in the morning.
I'm usually pretty awake, but I don't usually have like deep thoughts to think about in the morning, but... And Uzash is going to look over at Gideon and say, I think I remembered a lot of stuff thanks to your help last night, and it was a lot. It was a lot.
He's like mid-bite, and then his own manners kick in as he finishes chewing, puts the bowl down, closes the book, just kind of leans in. I will not lie to you. I was quite curious about exactly what might have happened, but I did not want to pry. I watched, but I didn't see. You seemed content, but still, I did not want to reach in. That is a personal space, and I do not have the right to know.
Oh, you mean like read my mind while I was dreaming? Would that
Yes.
even... Oh, yeah, would work. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I kind of assumed that you would, but you could if you want to, but I'll just tell you. I'm very good at telling stories. I think I saw my dad. I don't know what his name is, and he was calling me a name, and I don't remember what that name is, and I was very, very small. And I know it was a memory because you know how sometimes when you think of a memory and you think about things that you really wish you could have said or wanted to say, but then you just remember the thing that you did. That was kind of what it was. And then the dragon showed up and things got bad.
Okay. Bad. How?
I think it was hunting him, and he was trying to protect me. And we were all very sad. And then I remembered a completely different thing about working with Queen Map. Winifred,
Yes.
I know that we have talked about how both of us have lived in the Feywild for a very long time. Have you ever worked with Queen Map?
Not willingly.
Oh, really? But unwillingly?
Yeah, the coven. They were rather reverent when it came to her.
Oh.
Some
Well, that's
might even say worshipful.
Interesting. But did you ever work with her directly?
Gods, no.
Okay.
The,
Did you ever... Go ahead.
I remember bits and pieces of the Feywild from when I was growing up before everything. And then not much else, if I'm being entirely honest.
I mean, that I'm very familiar with. How often do you go back and forth?
I haven't been back for quite some time, honestly.
Okay.
And she thinks about it, like legitimately trying to remember the last time that she recalls being in the Feywild. Storyteller, would I be able to remember anything?
Oh boy.
That's a sigh.
Yeah. Oh boy. That's what happens when you hand the DM some amnesia with a mild scaffold.
Yeah, pretty much. I will say honestly, the last thing you remember was it was one of the more comforting memories because it was at the end of something bad. You don't recall the specifics, but it was when the champion had first spoken to you and had led you from the Feywild. You had been covered in blood, and I'd say that enough time has passed that you can recognize that you were dealing with physical signs of trauma. But they stayed with you. They talked you through it. They comforted you. They led you from the Feywild back to the material plane, and even stayed with you after that point.
The last thing I remember is the champion. He found me in the Feywild, and I was bad off. But he guided me here.
That seems
I think
nice.
that's all I've got.
Okay. The reason I ask is because I remember doing a lot of things for Queen Mab. And I wonder why I don't remember any of them talking about it recently. Like, we just talked with her. I don't think she recognized me. Do you think she recognized me?
DM, what do I know about the proclivities of someone like Mab?
Oh, make me a history check.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Mm.
That's a 19.
With a 19, I would say from your exposure to those who served her that as long as they were in her service, they were like her children. Her love was boundless, but so was her expectation of devotion. For those who... Actually, let me rephrase this. You don't know of many who were able to end that devotion to Queen Mab and live.
So when Winifred thinks about it, considers it, and kind of makes a uh-oh face. I'm not sure how to put this in a way that wouldn't be moderately concerning.
Then just say it. If it's going to be concerning, we might as well just know.
There aren't many people who find their way out of Mab's service and continue living after the fact.
Oh.
Yeah. She's prideful and does not appreciate when people buck her kindness, as she puts it, if I remember correctly.
I do wonder if maybe Queen Titania had something to do with that, because I also don't know if she remembers me from then, too.
I was going to ask, Udajaz mentioned her visit with Titania, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And GM, it's fair to say, at least base level, the understanding that Titania and Bob on two different sides of the playing field. Great. I don't think I know much of it. I don't think Gideon knows much about the Fae economics of it all, but at the very least, knowing history vibes. And just sorry, you worked for Queen Mab, and now you're in the service of Titania. Queen Mab doesn't usually let people leave, according to Winifred. That tells me that either Titania is protecting you, or you're still in her service.
I mean, I could be serving both. I do a lot of stuff for a lot of Fae. And I do remember doing some really amazing but terrible things for Mab.
I mean, is there one you want to work with over the other? It sounds to me like you just playing both sides of the field, or they playing you.
It might be a bit of both. I don't know. It was always very much send me to go do something, and okay, I do it, and then you give me a payment. It was more about having something to do and less about what I was doing. Although I kind of got very good at coming here onto the material plane, so I became the person you gone to send to material plane to do something.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. You gotta figure out how you feel about it. If you're out there doing what you do and you don't know who to work for, Mab, I heard one thing, and Tian, the other one, I know nothing much else about, but this one thing I know. There's always not a deal you can take. Now, I know that may be complicated, but that's what's Ma's duty to worry about.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, as far as I remember, there were only the two big, rulers. I mean, I was there when they split up. It was very sad. I think I have an arch nemesis, too.
Oh.
Okay, we're learning a lot very quickly. Perhaps we should jot that down. And you see he points the sky, points the air, and there's a small boing, to notate a period. We're just gonna note that. But perhaps we should think about, considering you have arch enemies now, and Marcus has arch enemies now, and we all have arch enemies. So
mine's just a dragonborn and lots of armor, though. It's very, compared to Marcus.
Aren't you also a dragonborn in armor?
Yeah, but this was like a gleaming, shining armor and stuff, and very much like big sword kind of thing. Very not me.
Well, that's it, that Mr. Big Sword Man.
Exactly, right? Couldn't get close to me.
That's a lot to unpack, but perhaps we should do that on the road.
Now you understand why I was making breakfast. So if the breakfast was bad, it was probably because I was very distracted with Dad and archenemy and maybe working for a very long time for someone who now doesn't like us or doesn't remember us. I don't know. I wonder if I could get them back together, though, because I was there when they split up. So I wonder if I could help them get back together. I wonder if that would make things better.
To put it lightly, that's some cosmic level fuckery. That.
Yeah, but they are sisters, right? And it's always sad when families break up. And if I can work for both of them, then why can't they work with each other?
Would you have asked Tiamat and Bahamut to be friends again?
Yeah, why not?
Hey, Udi, I just want to say thank you for breakfast. That was really good. I really appreciate that.
It was actually quite nice, very filling.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sash.
Thank you for letting me talk about my dreams, which were memories, which are very confusing. But yes, I think you're right. I should think about it more on the road, not distracted by breakfast. Okay. Did all of you sleep okay?
Mostly.
Yes, I slept well.
Might do, but I'm gonna give you this here bowl. Thank you again for breakfast. Cheryl, can I talk to you privately for 5 minutes?
Sure. And she sets her bowl aside and stands up and sort of brushes some of the like grass off of her travel clothes and follows you.
Gideon said, Ilithor, pointing to the dirty bowls,
They are there.
and they should be cleaned.
Oh, got it. And he like springs up and starts collecting them all. Like, and like there's this like leaning tower of bowls that he's trying to like keep the physics together so they don't crash to the ground.
There's a pond, water, no magic.
Okay. No magic.
I said what I said.
Okay. I can do that. Surprisingly, you don't hear the sound of a bunch of bowls crashing to the ground.
Okay, I was wondering what that roll was for.
Well, all right. Shale follows you, Marcus.
Mercy, mon cher. I know it's probably a very weird thing to have early in the morning. Just had some breakfast, and I want to talk one-on-one with you. But I'm a very simple man, and sometimes things go over my head. These horns are tall; they don't catch everything, you know. But I've
I
been getting the
couldn't.
most unusual energy. No, please continue. I don't want to interrupt you.
Oh, I was just going to mention that I couldn't possibly have noticed things going over your head. It would be, quite difficult to see something like that.
Yes, and this here part of why I want to talk to you.
Hmm?
More and more. You see, I've been getting some very weird, like, just some things here and there, and I just want to do a check-in. Are we simpatico, you and me?
Yes. No, if we weren't, I wouldn't be traveling with you. No, we're absolutely perfectly fine.
That's more than fine. Sure, that's more than fine. I just want to make sure. I know when I first met you, I was intolerable, and I get it. I am very much confident in who I am at times. But I saw some wounds, Shay. I just want to make sure that I didn't do anything to hurt you, and if I did, I want to talk it out.
Oh, no. Totally fine. I appreciate you asking. I'll tell you what. Next time we have the opportunity, if you'd like to know the specifics of the coldness with a smile at least, then perhaps next time we find ourselves in the city, then maybe I could take you up on that drink.
That sounds lovely. I'm a firm believer, fine ice. I think it goes really well as friends, and I just want to chat, make sure everything okay.
Sure.
Great. By the way, one last thing before you leave. Can I see your hand real quick? Oh.
She gingerly offers her hand.
Take out my golden pen, kind of sparkle on my tongue a little bit, and I say, now it's going to feel weird, but it ain't going to hurt none. Trust me on this. Which finger would you like to have some ink on? I'm a big friend of this one myself. I like this one. Very keen.
I would say the pointer finger.
Pointer finger. So I grab that pointer finger. I look up and down. It's a good canvas, this one. Well, hold on. I start inscribing on it. Don't move now. If I F this up, who knows what's going to happen? Just you stay still. Hold on. And when I'm done, I will give her the hill rune or the Hootigen rune, which gives the person who activates it resistance to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage for a minute.
Ooh.
And I look at her and I say, you got powerful mess of magic. You will murder them spells, but anyone look at you hard the wrong way. I don't want you passing out now. You activate this, you get the hell out of Dodge. You understand? Good. Then we all agree, man.
I appreciate it, Marcus Hellhammer.
All right. Well, you go on now. You have a good rest of your day. I just want to make sure. Figure gifts between friends. Me. Talk to you later.
She walks past you to head back towards camp, and she says, I mean, who knows? Maybe we could be more than friends one day. And she makes her way back towards the group. PJ quickly starts typing something.
It's a panic. It's a deep and oh shit panic is what I'm typing.
All right. Well, this next chunk, unless anybody wishes to have any further conversation. Okay. This next chunk of our journey is going to be somewhat fast forwarded. Not entirely. You'll still be able to experience a lot of the creepiness of these once shadow-cursed lands, both Fey-influenced and not. But after a couple more days, you find yourself at the one-way station that exists in these lands, that lives as a bastion and a reminder to people who pass through to pass through, and not to linger or plan for any new settlements amongst the land. The Last Light Inn. You are welcomed by a cleric with bright white hair, sort of 3/4 parted, with a circlet on her forehead and a wonderful spear in her hand, as well as a towering plate mail clad Aasimar woman with bright white wings that sort of almost look always at the ready to just take off at a moment's notice. But we'll say that the paladin approaches you all and says, "Welcome to the Last Light Inn, fellow travelers. Your presence here is welcome, but only just so. If you linger too long, my spear might find its way into your heart. But then again, I might also find myself drinking with you. Time will tell which will it be." And the cleric approaches. "Aelin, darling, it's fine. They can stay. We'll work on this. Yes, welcome to the Last Light Inn. Please make yourself comfortable. We have supplies, we have food, we have drink, we have a place to rest for a while. But as Aelin said, we try to keep the time limited just to preserve the land around us."
Thank you. I think we're only here for one night because we're headed to Elturel, but now I'm excited to do things with spears and drinking.
Well, you've come to the right place, my dear Dragonborn friend. How experienced are you with this bow upon your shoulder?
Oh dear.
You know, pretty much an expert.
That remains to be seen, my friend. Perhaps one night while you rest... Rest was not the right word. And Isabel says, "Darling, please no more duels with the travelers, if you can help it."
We do fun duels? I am not very good with spears, though. No, Winifred, no dueling?
I only had...
Fun duels,
No.
just fun.
So it just looks at how this paladin lady.
I think...
This duel is not to the death, correct?
Please no.
Why, yes,
no.
of course it is. And then Isabel's like, no, it's not.
Respectfully, you would not be able to kill because I would step in before you could. But I just want to confirm that this is a playful or combative endeavor, not a
Sparring. We should be sparring. I think that's the word for it. When you do it until you one person is almost dead, but not really dead, and that's a spar. Duel actually goes to death.
Well, I suppose I will have to sate my spear on some new quarry. But yes, should the matter please you to cross blades or arrows against me, then the duel is offered.
That is so cool.
And Isabel just again is like, or if you like, we do have a bar with drink and food where you can rest for some time.
Much appreciated. Yes,
Thank
Rest.
you. Yeah.
relaxation.
Yep.
As you all are led inside, Isabel is very warm and very welcoming and gives like a cute smile to Aelin. But as you pass by Aelin, Udazash, she is like intense eyes.
I think there's like Udazesh is 100%. This woman is awesome, and the chance to spar with her would be amazing. And yes, but then like the intense stare, she has this moment of remembering the Dragonborn in her dream and kind of stops. Drinks and food first, then spar.
Well, I suppose I can wait. You all are led inside, where you are able to enjoy some more time along the road that is not filled with danger around every corner. Is there anything you'd like to do while at the Last Light Inn?
As we've been traveling, you all would have noticed that kind of less and less Gideon has not necessarily interacted, but like he's just been a little more introspective, I guess. He's been writing a lot of things down. And as the group gets to the Last Light Inn, as we're settling it, he was just at some point before we find ourselves going to bed, I would like to just have a conversation about what is next for everything, because we really don't know.
Of course. Is everything all right, Gideon?
Yes, everything is. It's good. It is good. It is just. I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page as we go towards Elturel. Anyone with the insight of 15 or higher can tell that. Actually, hold on. Let me see what my passive deception would be. Nope, 15 or higher. That's perfect. Is clearly not hiding something, but there's a lot more he has not saying.
Well, I think it's a good idea to have a plan. I'm going to be honest, I don't exactly know what we're looking for when we get to Elturel besides fiends that could tell us more about Tiamat. Do you have ideas? Your ideas are usually very good.
Of course, yes, but get settled in, get food, and we can talk later.
If we're splitting off at this point, I do think Winifred would find Gideon separately.
Fair.
Because my passive insight is 20.
Fair.
I think Udazash's is 15, so I think she's like, and then sees Winifred and goes, oh no, that makes way more sense. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes way more sense.
10. So I'm like, you need to let me know when shit is going there, because I won't know.
Marcus,
It took
let's
me
go get
8 episodes to figure out Shale was having some feelings. So here we go.
Marcus, let's go get some drinks and let the two of them talk about plans of things.
I think that sounds like a great idea. You know, you want to duel so badly, I will duel you in a game of drink.
Yes. My second best art of combat, that of alcoholic consumption.
Jesus.
Three-way duel with drinks. I'm here for it.
You know, I got me energy for Menage a Trois. Why don't we get ourselves a big bottle and let's do this thing?
Actually, Aelin hears Menage a Trois and then goes over at Isabel, who goes, no.
I almost broke my own eye.
Jesus Christ.
Isabel, you do not want to drink with us?
I should be the designated sober keeper of the inn this night, but that's all right. I'll just enjoy the show from here.
Okay.
But as that craziness begins, Gideon and Winifred, take it away.
You'll probably find Gideon. It looks like he's probably getting some food. And I think he's probably like sitting on like a rocker formation, probably overlooking the river that's behind Last Light Inn, or probably the entrance. Probably the river, actually. Um, you just kind of get lost in thought. You are muted.
Damn. Winifred does that thing where she sort of like scuffs her boots against the ground so she doesn't accidentally sneak up on him.
How is the sparring or drinking, whatever is happening?
Oh, I think it's turned into drinking at this point, so I'm gonna watch from out here until someone lights something on fire by accident.
That is how things go. Yes.
Two gold. It's Marcus. 2 gold. It's Marcus.
2.5. It could be Udazash. So.
You're not wrong. In Celestial, she will ask, "Can I sit?"
In Celestial, but also then switching right back to Common. Of course, you don't have to. A little secret code isn't really that secret when it just looks back to the area, knowing that there is a winged lady with divine scars. Yes, yes, no, of course. Sit. How are you doing?
I think it's habit at this point.
That is quite fair.
I'm well.
Good. Are you prepared for whatever Elturel has to offer? Have you been before?
Once or twice. I don't usually stick around in places for very long. I go wherever the champion tells me I'm needed. Gideon, I don't mean to pry, but is there something else?
His shoulders kind of relax at the question, face turning back to watch the water, just seeing it kind of glisten underneath the moon. I forgot how much I enjoyed the adventure. The curiosity about what comes next. It's not something I get to do much in my line of work. And this has been quite nice. Considering, we have multiple cosmic deities and entities probably wanting us dead, but past that part, it's been an energy booster, or I guess it's made me feel a little bit more alive.
Change of pace will do that to you.
Yes. But that's what makes all this much harder, because I've realized I have more than just all of this to think about. That's all. I don't know why it's so difficult to think about it, but perhaps the 4 of you have grown on me a little bit, especially Marcus and his antics. I expected it from Udazashi, both of them, really. I remember when we dealt with those bumbling cultists back in the Baldur's Gate and how they literally chased one down. I guess you did too, but memories we were thinking about earlier, and the importance of keeping them, the importance of having them. I also have to think about Illithor and the truth of what I do. These have been wonderful memories, but I believe I must return back to the Blackstaff and ensure that he like turns and looks back towards the area that Illithor's probably playing with some kids, can make memories of his own outside of all of this.
And Winnie doesn't look terribly surprised. A little sad, maybe. A little disappointed, but not in like, you know, the not in like a parent disappointment kind of way. Just like, I think out of all of us, you have the most established for you outside of, she just sort of gestures outside of this. I have been admittedly aimless for the past however many years it's been since I came out of the Feywild. I know Marcus has his business at the gate, and Zash jaunts back and forth to wherever she's needed. But you have a base, a foundation, and a rather important one, I'd say. So while I will miss you, in Celestial, she says, my friend. I think you need to go where your brilliance and your genius will do the most good. And it seems to me that that is keeping young ones like Elithor in line.
He's not looking at Winnie, but you can see a soft wetness upon the corners of his eyes. So much in this world, and I wish I could be the one to guide those to what they need. But I can't risk him getting hurt. And I know where I go, he will go. And also, if I'm being quite honest, I don't trust Nevin. And I need to ensure that the Blackstaff knows. So, tonight we be merry, we let them fight and duel and get drunk on whatever they do, but tomorrow Illithor and I will head back home. But I believe that you all have your heads correctly on your shoulders. I know I've been the dad of this group, but I believe in all of you. And this isn't the end, you know. If there's a time where I can get out and assist in the way that I can, I will. but I have to do it in the way that I can, and it's not traveling.
If that necromancer becomes a problem, you let me know. And Gideon, for a moment, Winnie looks young. She does. She's sort of round-faced and wide-eyed.
Mhm.
But when she tells you that, you see something deep and ancient behind her eyes.
The minute I know, you will find out. But also, he's watching this group. So if anything comes up that I need to know, you let me know as well.
I will.
And even if I'm not here, my promise to you hasn't changed. We will deal with those who seek to give you harm.
I know. I trust you.
He turns and looks back at the river for a moment before fully standing, dusting himself off. And as he dusts himself off, you see that blue and gold type of power just softly emanate as he prestidigitates any dirt and grime that he might have gotten. Okay, enough of this. Perhaps we join in the festivities.
Do you want to see what happens when Marcus gets shit-faced?
Yes, actually. And I know I have the means to help him, as do you, with restorative services. But perhaps not tonight.
Sometimes actions should have consequences.
Truth. As long as he doesn't try to fight it. Oh Lord. He just begins to just like,
and like as you're walking, he's like, wait a minute. But can't you imagine? Think about the like, and she's kind of hoping that Marcus will throw down with Dame Malin. Just a little bit.
Yep.
Wow.
This is problems.
You return into the last light and can see Illithor looking like a kid in a candy shop, watching as the drinking contest is in full swing. And Isabel's behind the bar and shaking her head with a smile as Aelin is being raucous and loud. Is there anything else you guys would like to do this night?
He's gonna watch. He's gonna just enjoy watching friends.
Udazash fails in keeping up with everybody because she keeps getting distracted wanting to try whatever is around. So she'll get through a drink and they'll be like, oh, let me try that one. Tell me about that one. And so she's like constantly like 2 or 3 drinks behind, but doesn't really care because now she's getting to try whatever we have at the bar.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's still probably getting fairly inebriated, but is enjoying, has no interest in winning this competition.
Well, I can tell you that it turns out when a shadow curse is removed from a land that an inn resides in, it enables open travel, so supplies and trade can come to said inn. So the Last Light Inn has become much more stocked and much more cared for. You guys still occasionally see some small, like, signs of wear and tear, some signs of some past combat that maybe took place in this bar that wasn't just a drunken brawl. But It has a warmth to it that wasn't there before. Is there anything you guys would like to do before we pass the night? Marcus, Winnie, Gideon, Udi.
I don't know about y'all, but I decided to see what would happen if I just rolled anyway. And I got a critical 20. And how I'm interpreting that is Marcus is very hammered. He's hell hammered, I should say. He sees everyone joining the bar, grabs the bottle, and stumbles away from the angel. And he looks everyone in the eye and he says, Je ne dois jamais penser que je bois moi. Is bonjour. Je suis you know me.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone.
No, it's okay. I think he's speaking that really pretty language. We're supposed to leave because he wants to have time alone when people do that. That's like the language, right?
Shale goes, I'm here for it.
Oh, do you speak that really pretty language? Because I do not.
Full disclosure, no, but it sounds beautiful.
Right.
Waves to hand, comprehend languages. No.
we're not doing this.
None of this crap. As he's speaking this language, it's like I would imagine the comprehend languages kind of works in layers, right? So it's like at first it's the obvious French, and then you hear the
French.
French, the Cajun, and then eventually
French.
It's just like. Let me ask you this: comprehend languages would still be in my accent, or would it be like in like a speak to text?
I understand the literal meaning of any spoken language I hear. So
Speak and say.
I get past whatever, and it comes out in whatever way it comes out for me.
He can say.
Probably like Siri.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, imagine
no.
he's going through like the French and the Cajun. He's like, hello, I'm Mark. I said, eventually, like, pleasure to meet you all, everyone. I've had a few drinks. Has anyone told you you're beautiful tonight? Because they should. Hi, Mark.
It's just, he's fine.
Why is he a male TikTok voice in comprehend languages mode?
That moment when I'm just pointing up to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The moment when something funny happens, LOL.
Yes, exactly that. But he's very happy and excitable, and he is all over the place like a French little gremlin.
I think every like once in a while, as the slurring gets worse, Winnie just kind of wanders by and sets a glass of water next to him and walks off. Just every like third drink or so.
Mhm.
Just getting like a quick little hand grab and just say like, Monsieur Chef. And just kind of goes into another French fit somewhere else.
Okay. All right. We've got. Do I have? Yeah. No, I can take care of that in the morning. Oh.
I find
Nature
that
preserves.
sometimes the natural remedy to that is just sleep.
And
Sleeping.
something greasy in the morning.
Exactly. A big plate of everything.
Mm.
All the things.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Oh, we will definitely be hungover tomorrow, but then it will be our fault, and that's okay.
Well, it would be our fault, but it would be our problem.
Stumbling in.
fix.
Hey, I don't want to be rude. Me, who y'all talking about? Who you talking about?
I was talking about me and you and the
You.
very lovely angel lady and the very lovely cleric lady.
They are
No,
Aelin.
you weren't drinking. I'm
Ezra.
sorry. Just the three of us.
Aelin
just the three of us.
is hammered, leaning across the bar, looking at Isabel, and is rather loudly requesting some
Oh.
fun
I think-
activities.
I think it's time. You know what? I think it's. I'm
Yes.
gonna herd. I'm gonna put a hand in the small of Marcus's back, a hand in the small of Udazash's back. You know what? Maybe we could continue that. Let's go upstairs. Let's go upstairs.
Oh yeah, they deserve privacy for that much
Come on,
gazing.
let's go. Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay, all right. I'm coming. I'm taking this one with me, though.
Bon nuit, everyone. Bon nuit. All have a good night. I'll see you in the morning, me.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Okay.
All right. The night passes. Morning comes. Ilithor is up first because, as he was told, he's the one who has to figure out breakfast. But you're at an inn. So he like sneaks down the stairs and just takes out his coin purse, which has like 3 silver, few copper. Like, hey, I need like breakfast. Can you deliver breakfast to rooms upstairs? And the bartender it's like, sure. What do you need? Oh, I just need something that looks like I cooked it. Okay. All right. Let me put it this way. How many people? How much are you putting in to pay for it? I have like 3 silver and a couple copper. I also have like an iron ring I made when I tried to go in blacksmith's class. It's a little rough and it kind of hurts your finger, but I feel like that could go for a little bit. And the bartender's like, okay, call it 3 silver and I will see what I can do. And a few moments later, you hear a knock at the door as the chef has brought
Give me a
breakfast for you
second.
all.
And Udazash will get up and be a little like, oh, yep. I drank a lot last night, not enough water. But she's still just happy despite the headache and is gonna wander on over and open the door. Hi.
You open the door to see Ilithor with looks like a tray of small bowls of oatmeal, not too dissimilar from yours that you had made for breakfast the other day. I made breakfast.
Excellent. Come on in. We all need breakfast. I need breakfast more than they do. Come on.
Okay. And he like wheels the cart in.
You brought a cart too. That's fancy.
Yeah. I strong-armed the bartender to make sure that I could use it because presentation's everything, I've heard.
Gideon just didn't drink a lick last night, so it's pretty bright-eyed. It's just has already gone over because he knows that another needs to conserve their arcane energy, if you will, aka only having 2 spell slots, and will just like make sure Marcus is okay, and as he's like handling Marcus, lesser restoration. Make sure Udazash is okay, lesser restoration. And as he's doing that, just you made that all by yourself, did you? To Ilithor?
Mm-hmm.
Good. What was the ingredients within the oatmeal? Past saying oat.
Meal.
Marcus is like spoon deep going, that tastes like meal to me, sure, you did it correctly, you.
I mean, it made me feel better immediately.
See? Turns out I am good at cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, but this kid's full of shit, isn't he?
Winnie, you could be hammered and know that this kid was full of shit.
Winnie takes the bowl of oatmeal and gives Ilithor a look, capital L, but then she just grins and shakes her head and says, "Thank you, dear."
You're welcome, Miss Winnie. He kind of looks a little sheepish.
All right, everyone.
Give him a little ruffle.
He just shakes his head. All right, eat up, shower, be merry. Something to say now. I wanted to let the night go by. Ilithor and I will be returning to the Blackstaff.
What?
Okay, when?
Now.
Oh, Do y'all forget something before you left? We can probably find another one.
No. Things are developing, and I need to ensure that the Black Staff are alerted, and the work I can do is better done there.
Okay.
He has not looked at Elthor as he said this.
Ilithor looks fucking heartbroken.
I'm gonna look at Elthor and look back to Professor Gideon. You sure you didn't take this time off? You can anything we can do to help. Any correspondence?
Yeah, do you need us to come with you?
No. They're just sometimes the way we do things looks different for everyone. You are great with your bow and being a hunter. You are an artist and good with your fist. I'm good at teaching and guiding. And I am best suited doing that from a place where I can do that best. And also Ilithor, things are getting to a point where I need to make sure that he is safe.
I get it. You gotta be safe, you. Things are only gonna get harder from here on out, so. C'est la vie.
As I told Winifred, this is not the last time you'll see me, but I need to be responsible in a way that may not be understood, and that's okay.
Well, I don't need to understand it. If that's what you need, then that is what you need. And I will miss you. And I hope we do see each other, but hold on a second. And you watch as she kind of reaches around under her armor, scratches something a little bit, and you hear a and she comes walking up to you and holds something out to you. And when she puts it in your hand, you see it's a cracked blue scale. And she puts it in your hand and says, so I don't give this out to everybody, but this is important that in case I forget, if you have this, then I know that you are important to me. And if you ever need me, you just show me that. Because you're a very good friend. And I will do whatever you need, even if I don't remember why.
He takes that, and you can tell it's taken a lot for him to keep the mask of professionalism on. But thank you. I will keep this. And I have something for the three of you as well. Because it would be remiss of me to just leave without giving you something. And as he says those words, there's 3 wisps of power and magic starting to form around the three of you. And again, just feels slightly emboldened. Again, this is not the end, but it is my goal to see that your efforts in what is happening and the way that you are doing it is as empowered as it can be. I will be making sure that the actions of Nevin, just in case they are nefarious, they are known to the Black Staff as a whole. And I will be guiding from there, but I want to make sure I can still do my part. And as he's saying that, that power is forming around you still and is becoming more solidified as it floats in the front of the three of you. And just like it did once for Winnie, there is now a singular condensed mote of power in front of you. I'm going to use some spell slots to cast Fortune's Favor on everybody. So basically, if you roll, you can roll at advantage. If you have advantage, you can take triple advantage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Once. But he just. I do apologize that it was like this, but I realized if I didn't leave now, and if he got hurt, the person I would become would not be kind.
Then there is no reason to apologize. This is the right decision. We will miss you terribly, but this is what you've got to do.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, you. Look, it ain't going backwards if it's for the best, right? You're not going backwards, you're going home. That's where we all want to be. So, get yourself back there, do you, and whenever we connect again, I will give you a great tattoo of your choice, of course, free. Magic, even. I can make it work, me. I can do that.
I would appreciate that. I think Elturel would too.
For both you. And handshake before you go.
Very firm handshake.
There's a sense of genuine, like, I think the best way to put this dichotomy, there's a distance that's growing, but with it there was at one point this little fondness. Everything else in his brain, there's another burning building that has to just vanish, but there's still something real there before it went away.
Elturel, say goodbye.
He'll huff and approach Winnie. I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too, Ian. She'll actually take his face in her hands and give him a kiss on the forehead.
He'll give a bow and then go to Udazash.
Real quick, is Illithor currently hiding his scales, or are they showing?
They are hiding right now.
Okay. Has he been like consistently hiding them this whole time?
It's you can tell it's more out of habit than anything.
Okay.
But yeah, he's been consistently hiding them.
Okay. As he comes on over, Udazash is going to say, "You're only hiding them because you're being careful, right?"
Yes and no.
Because you deserve to be you. And if you've got to hide them because that's dangerous, that is one thing. But do not hide them because you are ashamed. You are beautiful.
With that, he takes off the invisible hat of disguise, and you see those green scales crawl up the side of his head and his neck.
There we go.
I had a lot of fun with you.
It was a pleasure to travel with you. You keep listening to Gideon because I would like you to be alive the next time I see you.
Okay. And he'll give it, again, a bow.
I will give him a hug. There's like, he goes to bow, and then Udazash is just there hugging him. Like, that's
Aw.
what, and as long as he doesn't shirk away, she's just like,
Yeah.
hug.
He'll hug back.
Hey, kiddo. You don't get to leave without a goodbye from me, understand?
Okay.
I'll save the words. I ain't one for him anyway. And I walk up and put a big hug around him. Seconds pass like minutes, and then slowly release and go. You graduate, all right? You do good in school. Don't I want to hear nothing about bad grades. I'll come in and I'll whoop your ass back to an A+. You understand?
Okay.
All right, good. You get a little knock on the cheek. Feel good.
Hey,
You're just
hey,
good, man.
Kudo,
Hey, what?
remember what we talked about before? Can you roll a persuasion check? I said it's gonna be up to the roll, up to the role play.
Let's go.
Hold on. I gotta pull up his character sheet.
Fair.
Get
Let me see.
bonuses.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Diddly-dee-dee, two ladies.
Do-do. It's a 15.
Just
Elithor will approach
Mm.
Shale and just say, sorry if I was annoying when they went into the cave and all that. And Shale says, you weren't being annoying, you were being a child. And that's all right. It'll be quieter around here, and I don't really know how I feel about that, if I'm being honest, but Marcus said it right. You finish your studies. And if you ever need another teacher to maybe provide some different means of knowledge, perhaps I can find myself at Blackstaff one day, be a guest teacher for a day. Elithor smiles and gives a bow. I'll then approach Gideon. Okay. I'm ready.
I have to disagree with what Shale just told you.
Which part? There are a couple different things she said, and I just wanted to be sure.
While you're younger, you're not a child. I've watched you for quite some time, and you know this. You've always been a star pupil in my classes, and in some ways, I consider you if you were to stay with this group, are you aware of what that means? Are you willing to listen to Shale? Are you willing to listen to them? Are you willing to be what I can't be? In this moment, I'm not your superior. I'm asking you a question.
He thinks for a few moments. It could. It could be what they need. And help where I can. Use what you've taught me and make sure to keep them all safe. But truth be told, I've been really studying up on the more evocation, and I know that you gave us some textbooks last semester, and I may have asked friends for help when filling out my essay, and with that in mind, the only reasonable assumption is that I should probably take that part of the class again. So what I'm saying is, while I would love that opportunity, I don't feel like I'm at that level yet, and I would much rather continue to study under you and come back, even if it means I have to live in the old dormitory again. But I could still learn.
You won't be living in the old dormitory.
Did they refurbish it or something? Did they do construction?
People who don't. We will explain this later. Regardless, I'm proud of you, and you'll see them again. And as I've been talking to Elithor, Winnie, you would feel something rubbing against your leg.
Hmm. Oh. CB, don't you dare. I will cry. I will cry right here on camera. Is it Rasputin?
Just hear a... He is staring daggers at Udazash and Marcus, but just like you all don't get this treatment. But he is very much just like looking up. You're like, nah.
I'm going to pick him up.
But he lets you.
It's like full on baby cuddle.
But totally just like settles in.
Uh-oh. There's a face. There's a face.
That's a face.
That's a face.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Laura, roll her animal handling.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Okay. 16.
Gideon looks at Rasputin, then looks back at Winnie and goes, okay. Fine. GM, if allowed, can ownership of Rasputin change?
Yes.
You okay. He reaches into a bag and you see him pull out a silver bell. Oh, not a bell, but like a little ball. It's like metal. And he's just clearly, unlike Ilithol, he won't take no for an answer.
What?
You can. He doesn't have to be a cat if you don't want him to be, but
I get it. I can't. He's your familiar. I can't.
he is. He has been a loyal companion for quite some time, and if I'm being honest, I think he likes the thrill. He doesn't like being holed up at the tower. You can give him back eventually, but for now, have fun. If you want it.
Winnie's trying very hard not to cry, and she's not being crazy successful. Okay.
Yeah. He just like settles in to you. Don't give a shit. She has the ability to say no, and she has the ability to shunt you back to the dimension from whence you came if you do anything harmful to her. You know the rules. He's just, and if he could, he would totally do this. But
a
He
little
fingers.
fractal paw.
Yep.
yeah, a little fractal paw, exactly.
Udazash leans over to Marcus and says, I noticed he said that we weren't included in that. I think we're about to have to fight the cat.
I kind of whisper back to Udi. You really want to take care of Aminu? I don't know how to feed a damn cat. You want to do that?
I know how to feed cats. I don't know how to feed that. That is not a cat. It looks like a cat.
If I can't even feed a cat, I ain't gonna worry about a crystal cat. I think this is fine where it is. I'm happy for them both.
Oh, I'm happy for them, but I'm thinking we are going to find fractal poop in our bags when we wake up in the morning. And so I just
Shattered
wanted you
glass.
Now
to
that's
be
gotta be
careful.
worth something right there. Crystal poop. I never seen that before. That gotta be worth something. That.
So no, I've not seen that before. It'd be very pretty. He is very
Oh,
pretty.
Oh, right.
Oh no, there's crystal cat vomit in my shoes this morning.
I know how they work. I know how they work.
Like, well, everyone, I guess we have to go back to town and sell all of this crystal excrement for money.
You all have a place to go, and you should probably start heading that way. I will make my way back. But it was
Make my way.
it was lovely knowing you all, and this is not the end. Remember that. And
Have a very safe trip back.
I shall. Right. And he will make sure his things are gathered. Make sure Ilthor has his things. I think he'll pull everybody in for a hug. And with that, he will look at Ilthor, look back at the group, and begin making his way home.
Okay.
Once he's out of like eyesight and earshot and everything, Udazash turns to Marcus and Winifred and go, I'm really going to miss him. Also, I forgot to ask him what we're supposed to do in Elturel. Did he tell either of you? Because I got busy last night, and then this morning it was all about like saying goodbye.
I mean, I just thought I was going to find me a, bald-headed devil lady and beat her half to death, but I think that's putting the cart before the horse, me.
We need to figure out what that cult is after and why they're suddenly so insistent.
All right, the Tarzanmat cult. The cult of Tarzanmat. The cult specifically designed for Tarzanmat, damn me. I remember that now.
Okay. And I think in that moment when he has the horrifying realization that she might be the brains of the operation right now.
Uh-huh.
100%. The look on CB's face when he realized.
So like she's like reminding these two like why they're going to Elturel in the first place, and she just kind of pauses. We should get the cart and make sure we've got supplies, and then we'll finish the journey.
Absolutely.
As you say these things, Shale comes up behind Winnie and says,
Shut up. Shut up.
It'll be fine.
I will
won't
leave you here at this goddamn inn. Don't think I won't.
You know what? I will think you won't.
Get in the fucking cart.
With that, the cart departs the last light in without Gideon and Illithor. And also, I messaged Omega about this. I got weirdly, really emotional having to say goodbye as Illithor. So, before I start crying about a fantasy character that we are talking about that doesn't exist, let's go ahead and take our 10-minute break. So, thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be back in 10 minutes. We're going to take a much-needed bio break. So, get up, stretch, take your medicine if you haven't, get some water, get a snack. We'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Love you, everybody. Welcome back, Internet. Now, I have to do a couple things here because I couldn't do them on break. Gonna just make Gideon's token disappear. I'm gonna have to find the nameplate stuff and fix some stuff.
But the good news is CB is still here.
CB is absolutely still here. So we're going to do that. All right. I'll have to get the art figured out too. Whatever.
Later problems.
The remaining 4 continue their journey eastward. It's a lengthy journey, but eventually you do pass by, on the outskirts of where Elturel sits, a small emerald grove that has been closed off from everyone else. The natural entryways to the grove have been overgrown by vines and bushes and leaves and trees. It seems something has happened. And it's not pulled back into the Feywild, but it doesn't quite seem like it's welcoming of visitors at this point.
In my searching for Halson, Did I find out that this was his grove?
Yes.
Okay. So Udazash is gonna go walking up to the big pile of brambles and just kind of, hello?
Where you at? You hear echoing out from the opposite side of the wall of nature in front of you.
I'm looking for Halson. Do you know where he is?
Never heard of him.
Okay, do you know anyone here who would have heard of him?
No one else has heard of him.
Are you sure of that?
Yep. Just ask them. Just now.
I mean, that was
Insight check like a motherfucker. Are you kidding?
Go ahead
Nobody
with
gets
the
a
insight
shit.
check.
No way, no how.
yeah, exactly. Udazash is playing along, but even she's like, huh.
Mm-hmm.
22.
It's getting very much get off my lawn energy. Literally whatever will get you guys to get off of said lawn is the tone behind this mystery voice.
Okay. But also hasn't actually heard of Halson.
Oh, I mean, the moment Halson was said, it was almost like the sentence of haven't heard of him, quickly cut in, leading to some sort of recognition.
Okay. I'm, if you don't mind, Lauren, Winnie's gonna float kind of forward on the broom. We'll not trouble you further. We'd just like to know where Halson ended up.
Don't know who that is. No idea.
I'm sure you don't.
Hal Jordan? Who?
You just activated PJ.
I know I did.
Yep.
100%.
Yep. Me
Legit,
too.
my
His
ears were
character
like this.
in a My Hero Academia game is just the fucking Green Lantern. I know I triggered him, but go on.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're
it
Good
is.
grief.
I'm very impressed that you asked everybody back there already in the space of a second. How many people are back there?
Us druids are quite quick in our communication. It's a natural means. Get off my lawn! At this point, you see a head sort of peek out of the wall of, bushes and whatever, and you see a little gnome head with a crown of branches. Many of his teeth are missing. His hair is just patches, and some defies gravity. Others sticks to his head.
So I have one awkward question and one mechanical question.
Okay.
Above table. Awkward question. How much of the grove trying to remove tiefling presence that I remember in the video game, how much of that has been exposed across the land?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that. I was talking to CP about this earlier. And if there's one thing that I am changing about the original lore, it is about the whole get the tieflings off of my lawn because of racial undertones. So I'm going to say that was not a plot point. What I will say is that this closing off is not related to what happened before. Everything that you guys had heard before the Elder Brain. Everything you guys had heard was that the Emerald Grove remained open and welcoming, and everything was fine. But something changed recently.
Super cool. So my second question, I'm glad we established that, because not only do I feel like the players need to be aware of this, but the audience too, for every reason.
Mm-hmm.
And my second question is mechanical. Would you rather me have athletics or sleight of hand to grab that little dude's head and rip him out of the brambles and be like, we got ourselves a key here?
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
It's a critical 20 for 28.
God damn it.
It's okay. I'm not going to roll this in combat. Apparently, it's just yoinking nerds is my specialty. I
You
don't
end up
know.
with just a head. That's it. You just
Yeah.
that's his head.
Just
Let's not kill Grandpa.
Please no. Please no.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm just gonna, make him open the door. That's all I'm gonna do. Me.
I don't even need him to open the door. I just need him to answer the question.
I think as Marcus marches forward and does this, when he's just kind of oh, Gideon, I hate you. You've left me to deal with this now. You son of a bitch.
You, Marcus, you quickly reach forward just as the head like tries to disappear back into the brush. You grab him by the collar of his roughly sewn linen shirt and pull him out. And he says, "You are harming a member of the Emerald Grove. Your curse upon you and yours if you don't let me down."
I'm gonna get real close to the head as Marcus is holding up this gnome.
Mhm.
Smile still across my face, but there's like a little low growl as Udazash is gonna say, "I am on a mission from Queen Titania in the Feywild to find Helston for good reasons, for happy reasons. But nothing is supposed to stop me from that, and you are stopping me from that."
Make an intimidation check
Mm.
for that look alone.
Can I give aid to intimidation?
Yeah,
I would like that
I'll
'cause
say,
intimidation is actually not that good.
go ahead
Oh.
and roll it with advantage because Marcus is holding him
Yes, please. Thank
By
you.
the scruff, like a kitten.
Okay.
like a kitten.
Thank you for the advantage because that got me a 22.
Okay.
Oh, right. Well, he's not here and instructed us to keep the grove safe because something is not right, and he had to go and investigate. And the gravity of what's coming is much scarier than what happened at the gate.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Why couldn't you just have told us that?
Well, because technically I'm not even supposed to be divulging the business of our arch druid and where he goes and what he does.
Marcus, could you
Yeah, sure.
could you put the man down, please? Give him a little bit of dignity,
I kind of look at what it's like
please.
on two conditions. All right. Number one, you ain't gonna cast no spell at me when I put you down. Agree?
Agreed.
Okay. That's your word now. I'll take that. Number two, we gonna talk like friends about this. We're not gonna put up walls and all this chicanery. Okay?
I mean, this is me talking to people as though they're my friends, so sure.
Well, you got some weird way of treating your friends, you. And I put him down the ground and I kind of straighten out his robes a little bit and just go, there you go.
Thank you.
He druid crafts one of the vines up, and as he grabs it, it disconnects, and he's got a little walking stick.
Okay, so not here, going off to go do things. Does he come back often? Because I'd leave him like a note.
A note will be accepted,
Okay,
but we haven't seen him in a little bit.
define a little bit.
About a week or so.
Oh, that's a very little bit.
Yes,
I would not be worried unless it's like 5 years.
yes.
Maybe
He
3 years.
instructed Kaga to keep the peace, and it's working relatively.
I mean,
But-
is it still peaceful?
Well, yes, we're not actively attacking any outsiders now, which is good. It seems she's learned some of her lesson.
He had lessons?
It's a long story, but yes, he's only been gone about a week. He was heading eastward.
Okay.
Is he headed toward Elturel by chance?
Oh yeah, he's headed over in that direction.
Well, there you go, Zash.
Okay. Can I still leave a note just in case he like leaves before we get there?
Sure, that's fine.
And I'll pull out a piece of paper and a pencil and hastily scrawled note that just says, Halcyon, Queen Titania has a gift for you. Come see Udazash. Thank you, Udazash. Wrap it all up. She folded up almost origami style. Like the handwriting is very sloppy, but the folding is actually kind of nice into like this little tiny paper square, and hands that on over and says, it's not really, you can look at it if you want to, but it basically just says contact me.
But all right. There's beam mail delivery service. That's fine. He like sticks the letter in his robes. He'll be left with his things.
Okay. Just let him know if you see him before I do, because it's very, very important.
All right. Fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, goodbye. And Uzash just turns around and leaves, because like that's what she came to do.
Thank you, grandfather. Apologies for the trouble.
The non-committal.
Yeah, kids these days doing their dabs and their flossing.
Winifred looks appropriately mortified.
Mm-hmm. And
I just kind of, Marcus just kind of sighs and just, no, I need to make this right. I walk over and I go, Mercy be cool, man. I apologize, me. I've been having a really weird couple of days. I want to make amends for my rudeness. Do you happen to need fine ink on your body, good little sir?
CP.
Fine ink.
And look, unless you want me to fight someone in the arena like a bear, ain't much I can offer you. Maybe a nice soup, but I can give you a tattoo as an apology.
What's your name?
You see, I'm just like, names, man, everywhere I go. I'm like, my name is Marcus. Marcus Hellhammer.
Winnie's making this face.
Oh, and your name?
People call me Winnie.
You already know my name.
Oh, yes, it's... He like glances at Utazash. Well, my name is Old Toby. And
Your
I'll
name
say,
actually includes old? That seems very unfair.
the people call me Old Toby, and after a while it kind of stuck. So at this point, Toby is my last name. Old is my first name.
Old is your first name?
That happens when people address you in a way for long enough that just becomes who you are. And if that's not the way you want it to be, let us know. We will never call you that.
Well, no, it's fine. Everyone does it. Anyway, listen. If you could find him and bring him back, that would be ideal. He hasn't been right since he got back. He's awful sad.
Do you know why he's sad? Everybody kept telling me he was sad and that someone is like not... Do you know if someone who is not on this plane may be dead, maybe not on this plane of existence anymore?
Oh, they're not dead. Well, hopefully they're not dead. No, there was somebody that Halston had traveled with, I guess, and he formed a strong bond with them, and I guess that person decided to join two others and go into Avernus. So he sort of felt set aside.
Oh, he didn't go with them to Avernus.
Oh, no, I don't think he ever really wanted to go. But at least that's what I understood.
Okay.
Well, Toby, if we come across Halcyon and the road, we'll make sure that he starts heading back.
All right.
So I've let him know that you want to see him. Winifred, sorry, I don't mean to. Yeah, I know. We'll tell him, but also, the thing I have to give to Halcyon will send him to the Feywild.
Oh, well, that's not
Queen
that
Titania.
big of a deal. He does typically go to, well, he did typically go to and from
somewhat regularly, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Okay. I just didn't want to promise something that I couldn't deliver on, and there may be a detour before coming home.
Well, maybe it'll do him some good. Anyway, if you see him, just give him a hug or something.
Okay. Is he huggable?
Oh, very. Have you never met Halson?
No, I've just been hearing lots about him.
You'll see. And he'll turn.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
before you go, I have one more question.
Yeah.
You said you wanted this off of your lawn. How much of this is your lawn?
Is there grass under your feet?
Yes.
Then you're on it. And he'll like phase into the bush.
Thank you, grandfather. All right, let's go before we break anything.
That's a
Call
very
him
big
OT
front
next to my
yard.
team. OT.
Mm.
Okay.
Also, yes, chat. There are some things that remain consistent in all campaigns. The existence of old Toby is one of them.
Swear to fucking God, Cujo.
And
Every
he's in
GM
varying
has that
degrees of
character.
anger and grumpy.
Well, you know, when you're called
But
old
this-
enough.
I mean, this means that we get the opportunity to meet Halson, though, right?
I mean, and hug
She
Halson.
says,
I
making
want
sure
to.
she's looking amazing.
Right?
Listen. I have a type. Shut up.
I will shut up.
All y'all.
I cannot say anything else after this point.
I hope that we see Halson and I can introduce him to me and then introduce him to you.
Fair enough. That's unfortunate, though.
Yeah. It's nice to know the person that is missing is not dead, though, because as long as they're not dead, there's still stuff you can do. But the Avernus, maybe they're also going after Tiamat.
Good fucking luck to them, then. Shite.
I'm going to have to ask Halson. Maybe we follow them into Avernus and go after Tiamat there.
You don't want to do it.
Not yet. Not yet. We need more information before we just dive straight into the hells. If I'm being honest.
I mean, if y'all know a way to kill a god, I'd love to listen. Me, I don't know that. Not yet.
That's funny. You're real funny, Marcus.
I'm a cracking joking me. I'm
It's
just
not
saying.
just a bunch of arrows.
It's
I suppose
bunch of-
if they're well placed enough.
wait. Did you say they're a bunch of barrels? Am I in
No, a
that
bunch of
right?
arrows. You said, "How do you kill a
Oh.
god?" And
Barrels.
I was, depending on what mod you're using, yeah, a bunch of barrels will do
Are we
the
gonna
job.
like a little barrelmancy never hurt nobody?
Sorry,
Yes.
I
New
learned common like
2024 subclass.
The
Barrelmancer.
barrelmancer. Listen, the number of times that I placed down a barrel full of smoke powder somewhere just to make it explode and make a fight way easier is non-zero.
Mm.
Sorry. A common is like my fourth language, so sometimes the accent gets really, really bad. No, arrows. It's like anything. You just poke it enough.
Mm.
It's a bit more complicated than that, but we ain't got time, so we'll talk about that later.
That's what we probably have to learn about. Okay.
You continue eastward no more than a couple of days before you can see the once missing city of Elturel. You can still see the marks of what looks like a crater, like a line, almost like a boundary in the ground where you saw where once this city literally was pulled into hell, but now restored. You can see this fine divide between healthy foliage and land that had just been pulled from hell. You see. Thank you for the eat the wet. You can see that the ground itself is rough. A lot of the vegetation has long since died, or there's signs of it having been burned. Some of it is starting to return, but it's clear that this is taking time. The city on the horizon, you can see what once held beautiful towering buildings and a beautiful landscape is now dark, a little tormented. Some of those buildings, the tops of them removed, the architecture scarred from its time below. As you get closer and closer, you can see more and more individuals leaving the city. But as you approach, the populace is still relatively holding strong. There's an air of tension. Not overt, but it's present in everybody that you see. You can tell who was in the city when it fell. And there are many who are still trying to acclimate to their new surroundings. You can see many people actually having wrapped themselves up in heavy cloaks and warmer clothes, as the environment in the first circle of hell was quite hot, and now to be returned to the material plane, it is quite a culture shock. You can see several different armored individuals passing through, some bearing some sort of insignia of some kind on their shield or along one pauldron. Something that looks like a shield, but with the rays of the sun appearing behind it. As you venture into the city, what do you guys do? There are some who kind of look in your direction with a raised eyebrow and an untrusting eye, but nobody is outwardly approaching you.
Can I make a religion check or the appropriate check to understand what that symbol is on their shield?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and actually give me a history check.
Oh, the one thing I didn't take with my skill feat.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Now we're gonna suffer. That's all we're gonna do. We're just gonna suffer. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a 13.
With a 13, you've heard some rumors passing through Baldur's Gate. An order of knights who took it upon themselves to function as city guard for the now returned Elturel, the Bright Shield Order. Now, its name and its standing and reputation is supposed to evoke safety and security and honor and duty. But considering the one or two moments you hear about this order when at a bar or two in Baldur's Gate, it's not the best. In fact, like many organizations that profess to be a shield of the people, it in fact is just another system of control. Just another person, another group stepping in to try to find some authority where there is none. Everybody make me a perception check.
Okay.
As we're walking along, as Winnie realizes they're starting to get like side eyes, she's gonna put her hood up and like cover the Elder Cross. And honestly, like she's almost like her eyes are almost covered with how low she has the cloak sitting.
Okay.
Yeah, Marcus is gonna kind of, once he realizes people are looking at him, his cowboy hat that he's got on, he kind of tucks up instead of down to not hide his face. He starts kind of moving a bit more of a swagger. And it's like, it's a politeness of like, yeah, I dare you. Have a nice day.
Udazash just makes eye contact with anybody who looks directly at her and waves, and then continues to look around and like take in everything she can, because we're supposed to be looking for cultists, and I am looking for cultists with a 24.
Okay. So Udazash got a 24.
18.
Winnie, 18.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Hey.
Solid rolls.
Yeah.
You guys clock a couple of things happening along this street as you continue further and further into the city. You actually clock a couple of halflings down the street who look familiar. Walking hand in hand, they have a smile on their face as they pass by one of the small carts moving through with that bright shield insignia along the side. And with your perception, you watch as Marie stumbles just perfectly in front of that cart and makes a big scene and a big show. Oh my goodness, I've fallen! And as some of the bright shields step off from the cart, Heinrich makes his move. And like a flash, approaches the cart and then steps away, and his hands are holding a couple pouches. Marie, within just a few moments, says, "Oh, thank you. I'm so sorry. And these new boots, I'm just trying to get used to them. Thank you, thank you." And she gives a couple of copper in payment as she moves away. But they both move down one particular alleyway and out of sight.
Could I tell what Heinrich took out of the back of the cart? You said pouches, but what's the? Is it food? Is it gold? Is it flowers?
It looked like a bag of food along with a coin purse.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
Udazesh kind of snickers a little bit, like almost like, "Huh, nice job," and then looks
We didn't
over.
see shit.
Well, and what she'll do is she'll look over at Marcus and Winnie and go, "I think we have friends here."
And that we do.
Yeah, absolutely we do.
We should probably go see them later.
All right. So, where do you guys go? What do you guys do? Where do you start?
I have a question. Because Elturel, this is going to rhyme. Elturel went to hell, not doing so swell. It's come back, right? What is the... my notes say this town has been hell touched. What does the population look like? Are there more prevalent tieflings, or is there another form of fiend connection happening?
I'm gonna need you to repeat that one more time. My brain, ADD brain. What?
Bro, get it. Totally. Bro, I get it. So my question is, since Elturel went to the Nine Hells and came back,
yes,
and it's been described as a hell touch or fiend touched city, what's the population like? Are they more tiefling? Is there a different type of fiend connection happening in the populace?
The populace itself, it's not like there's any less tiefling presence or more. What you do notice is there are a couple individuals who pass by that have the wings of a Cambion. There are some smaller folk that you, Marcus, specifically would know to be denizens of Avernus that seem to be moving through these streets without issue. In fact, nobody else seems to really bat an eye. It's an uneasy sight, but you can't help but feel like, I mean, at least it's somewhat peaceful, at least for the moment, as you see all these different kinds of creatures and peoples moving about a city that was once literally in hell, as though it's business as usual.
So I'm going to kind of stop and turn to everyone. I have noticed a beautiful bevy of languages that you all like to speak, all murdered and beautiful tongues, but I would strongly recommend and suggest that if you have one that come from the up there, I won't be using that here. Could be offensive, could be possibly threatening, I don't know, but that being said, we all trying to find somebody here, right? Trying to find somebody else?
We're trying to find cult people, but when I'm in a new place, I usually immediately go for where I can find food and drink and people who are wanting to talk.
Oh, that's a good start. Winnie, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, the easiest thing is going to be see if we can get people to talk to us.
All right.
So, wherever I suppose the main watering hole is.
Well, that could work. I think we need we've been on the road for a long time, us. We need a nice drink to blow the dust off our throats, right? Let's go get a drink. And I'm going to kind of try to passively gauge through casual conversation if Common receives a popular response or if Abyssal or Infernal kind of gives more of a reaction as I'm looking for what bar to go to.
You look around a little bit. You sort of feel out this part of the city, and you can see a sign hanging on the wall or on the side of one of the buildings, and it too, even that, just like there's a telltale sign of that little bit of burned edges around the wood, and it reads, "Pair of Black Antlers Tavern."
Huh. I point the way. I say, well, it looks like we got ourselves a place to drink. Us. Pair of Black Antlers Tavern. Is that in common or in Abyssal or Infernal?
It is in common.
Okay. Cool.
Let's go make sure the horses are all okay and the cart. I don't know what do we do with. Where do we park carts?
I'm assuming there's a stable around the corner.
You actually start looking around for one just as you hear, "Oh, well, I can take care of those for..." And Heinrich stands next to you. "Oh!
Heinrich!
Hi!" And he
Hello,
approaches and shakes your hands. "Oh, it's so nice to see you again."
Glad you made it safely to here. I didn't know you were coming here. I didn't
Oh,
ask.
well, yeah. Just decided to do some sightseeing before coming back home. So, what are you all doing here?
Just passing through.
Oh, well, that's exciting. If you need a place to rest, and he'll look at the tavern. Let's see, it's third day. Okay. Yes, this place will be nice and welcoming. Please, follow me. And he'll sort of step in front.
What do you know about this place? We just kind of picked a place. Actually, Marcus picked a place, and I trust him to pick good places.
Well, it's very warm, and the ale is good, and it's a good place to rest your feet after a long travel.
Heinrich,
Mm-hmm.
is something wrong?
No.
The tone of voice doesn't make.
Your passive
Yeah.
insight is giving alarm bells.
Heinrich,
Mm-hmm.
the tone of your voice gets higher every time that you try to tell me no.
Oh, it doesn't.
What's wrong?
Well, and as you are standing, I'd say about 20 feet from the entrance to the tavern, I would like to shift the camera a little bit to the entrance of the tavern. Somebody gets tossed through the front door. Sorry. I want to make sure I nail this. And you can see a small halfling with sort of a asymmetrical bob cut, a little bit of like a befreckled face, stout nose, but there's a little bit of blood kind of dripping from it. She stands up and says, I thought that would work. As one of the armored gentlemen you had passed in the street, not bearing the insignia, goes to step out. Trying to steal from me, huh? And she says, okay, now might be a good time. Maybe if you guys want to like do anything. And she sort of shouts out into the ether.
What seems to be the trouble?
Is this to me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, great. Just so I'm absolutely okay. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Wait.
I love the FYI. The ADD moment was like, wait, shit, we didn't actually figure this out. Shit.
just so I understand. It's all right.
No, don't be sorry. This is what happens. This is what happens with an entire show that is improvised on the spot.
We're
Here
doing
we
it
go.
live, folks.
Yeah.
Doing it
Where
live.
we yes and we don't judge.
Yep.
Yes. We don't judge.
All right, here. I got it. This knight, this armored individual, is rather well known as being one of the toughs in town, and also known to engage in a loan or two. And unfortunately, she borrowed money from somebody who expects a return investment.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of doing such a thing, here we are. I would also like to retcon one thing. It's totally not a halfling. It's a tiefling that got thrown out of the bar. Don't judge me.
We improv and we don't judge.
We improv and we don't judge. As this tiefling gets tossed out and this guard comes up, you all, depending on where you are, you would see. Well, firstly, I think I'm going to make a sleight of hand. Actually, no, I won't. You would see like a pouch or something on the side of this guard, beginning to slowly lift. Very, very, very slowly lift. There's nothing touching it. Doesn't seem like it's like on a string. It's just getting slowly lifted. And as that's happening, you see coming outside of this tavern, two individuals. One is a half-elf individual who is probably like 5'8" ish, long hair that's tied up in like a ponytail. Seems to wear like kind of like robes, but a little bit disheveled in a way. Nothing really special about them. And then next to that individual is a darker skinned male with a hood up currently, wearing what seems to be almost like a half hoodie type of vibe, with and it's brownish gray in color, a blue, almost like muted teal shirt underneath that. The jeans or pants they have on, also that brownish beige color with a bunch of belts kind of haphazardly there. Some for actual use to keep the belt up, keep the pants up. Others because fantasy clothes have more belts for some reason. And really nice sturdy boots. One eye, their left eye is a almost golden color. And the other eye is a muted like silver, but as you look at it, there's a hint of like purple or pink. There's a heterochromia vibe happening. And this individual speaks up. Oh, sorry. We were leaving, and no need to worry about anything. Woo, Kellen, help.
What? What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Did you the better?
Wait,
Listen, we are just leaving, and you don't have to worry about anything. However, she wants to remind you that things are due.
Well, she can come and remind me herself.
Well, she would, but you know, she's Bless her spirit, quite elderly and can't really get out. And more importantly, and in his mind, he'll hear, she will obliterate you.
He like immediately reacts.
So we're good, right? Oh, no, we're fine. Sorry, you just want to make sure that everything. Mishka, get up.
Damn it. Some help you guys are. And she like limps over to like lean against the wall, and the knight says, I'll just go and make the
Stop by the bakery, buy as many scones as you potentially can with the measly amount of money you make as a god, and hopefully everything will be kosher.
I'll get right
I think I did that correct, right? Okay.
Kellen sort of arms crossed next to you, feeling a moment of confidence, says, yeah, no, I think that's pretty much on brand.
Okay. Good.
And the guy just like turns and walks away.
And his pouch is slowly floating towards himself. So I should put this in chat for the other party so y'all see what this guy looks like.
Hey,
Wait, which chat? Which chat?
Discord.
No, I gotta go back to Discord then.
Sorry, I can't put it in.
Nope, that's fine. That's fine. Udazash will lean over to her friends and say, I like this place.
Something. It's something.
I can't find the name. Thank you. Sorry, have to type. As that armored individual steps away, Heinrich says, "It's okay. You know what? It's a little difficult right now. It's not the most welcoming of newcomers. Come, let me show you to the actual spot. Apparently, we're not supposed to be in the tavern today." And he'll approach. Oh,
We. You said we're not supposed to be in the tavern today.
Oh, did I? Oh, wait.
Heinrich,
All right, fine.
stop it.
Just fine. I'll give you a place to stay. Just know that it's not the most accommodating.
No, I think we're more interested in why we can't go to tavern. Why is today suddenly bad?
It's collections day, and people tend to get a little grumpy.
What are they collecting? Is it like taxes thing?
Yes.
Hey, Heine.
He also calls you Honey.
It's Heinrich. There's a hi. What's up?
Everything good over there?
Oh, yes. These actually saved me from a bunch of crazy Myconid.
Oh, it's a friend of yours? Hello. Hi.
Hi. Sorry. Heine, can you just...
Just give me 2 seconds. And he, like, casually, like, hands in pockets, like, walks over.
Are you collecting from them too, or?
They're new in town, and I figured maybe we could give them a free night and not worry about it right now.
Is she gonna like that?
I
mean, she took us in, but still,
I haven't really talked to her about it. I wasn't expecting to see them.
Okay.
It should be fine. They saved my life. You know, I figured it would be a nice thing to do.
We'll take them. You, just in case. She likes us better than you anyway.
You know, thank you for at least saying it out loud. I was really wondering if anybody else noticed that.
Sorry?
No.
To be fair, we do more than you, and I think we're just higher in her favor. But, you know, the tricks that you do work wonderfully.
He says, oh, yes, well, here's my not big contribution. He hands the bag of food and another coin purse.
Takes it, hands it to Kellen.
You.
Yeah. Okay, well, you continue collecting, and I will go talk to them.
All right. Be nice to them, and they are quite powerful. So maybe don't try any too shady things with them.
We're
I've seen
not
some.
shady. We are just friends we're friends of Granny.
Mhm.
That's all.
Yes. All right. Well, you all have fun. I'll potentially see you back at the bakery later.
Okay.
And Heinrich turns and just says, "They're actually going to take you to the just follow them. They'll make sure you're taken care of."
Okay. It was good to see you again.
Good to see you. Hopefully you stick around.
Bye, Heinrich.
And the individual, along with the tiefling and a halfling, will walk up to you all. Oh, newcomers in town. Nice. And he said that you all are coming with us.
How do you know how do you know Heinrich?
Oh, we work together.
Colleagues, says the tiefling.
Yep, just buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And we like-minded folks stick together, and we all have our. Either way, do you all need a place to stay or something?
Essentially, yes. We only just got here, like Heinrich said.
Oh, cool. Well, welcome to Elturel. It's Elturel, and we are not your welcome committee. But hello, my name's Leo, Leopold. But just Leo's fine. That's Kellen, Mishka, and we have a place, but you just have to talk to Granny first. That's all.
Oh, your
Just
grandmother?
a little introductory thing. It's more of a formality, It's just
Better than paying to be at the taverns, which you don't really want to be at right now.
No, it's not a good spot.
What kind of granny is old granny? Is she like a lovely grandma? Or is she more like a...
She's
has a big
great.
cauldron? Oh, she's great. Oh, that's great.
Well, she's great. She
Great.
bakes lots of goods. Her orange scones are to die for,
the best.
and I really love her pancakes. She owns the bakery. It literally says her name, Honey Meadow. And she would love to meet you. She took us in, and if you all are looking for a place to stay, crash, live, I'm sure she would be very interested in seeing what you can do, or helping you. That thought.
All right. Leo, was it? People call me Winifred. This is Marcus and Utazash and Shale.
Shale is like she does not play this game of like swagger well, so she's like charmed.
I love her so much. I fucking
Shale
love
right
her.
there.
We're here for that. Yeah.
There's my girl. There's my
Yeah.
girl.
100%.
Absolutely.
When she turns the ice on the appropriate people, that's when it's amazing.
Mhm.
When you're on this side of it, it's kind of entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely.
Well, sure. Follow me then if you all are interested. No rush. No, not forcing you to do anything. Just if he said that you all are good people, then better us talk to you than some other unsavory folk in town.
As you say, good people, Mish, there's this very tiny, very small.
Just like he doesn't move, but she feels like a punch in her side.
This dust in the air.
Eyebrow.
Well, I don't know how good of a people we are, but we are looking for very bad people. So
Then maybe you should. Granny knows a lot, so could be a good place for you to.
We'll follow you then, Leo.
Great. Great. Yeah. Great.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah,
Cool.
sure.
The way you
That'd be great.
follow.
Okay. We're gonna go. We tend to stick to the shadows, like the alleys, if that's fine. Nothing weird, just easier to get around. We know, like
Do you need us to be stealthy? Because it's going to be very hard with the cart and the 2 horses.
no stealth. Cart. Oh, just
Cart. I'll. Stable hands still owe us, right?
yeah. I think
Okay, I got it. I'll, if you don't mind, I can escort your cart. I'm sure it'll be free of charge.
I'm going to reach into my bag and I'm going to pull out 2 apples and cast Speak with Animals. I'm going to go on over to Benjamin and Clarence and offer them apples.
Hey.
So this person is going to take you somewhere where you can rest, and they are going to be hopefully taking care of the cart. And if they treat you badly, you let me know and I will kill them, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll try
So,
to get more apples.
just
I
what-
don't know where
just-
to go in Elturel for that.
I suppose it's just a quick question. Mainly I'm trying to maximize the time when we can communicate and you can understand me. What constitutes treat bad for you? Like, where's the level between?
You know what? I trust you to make that estimation for yourself.
Okay.
If you think you've been treated bad, then you have been treated bad.
Okay. I like that. Right? And Benjamin. It's the same voice between the 2 horses.
Yep.
Um,
Same voice, same brain cell.
Same voice, same brain cell. Yep.
But
Um,
for the moment, this is a friend, and you treat them like you would treat anybody else who's a friend.
Okay. Do I have to
I-
kick them in the face too if they're not paying attention?
No, that's only me. I don't
Oh.
know if they can talk to you, so it wouldn't be fair.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then who was the person who was going to take the cart and horse?
Mish.
Okay, fine.
Actually, you know what? Omega, why don't you describe more of Mish, please?
of course. Yes. You would see a wow, I just blanked so hard. Almost a golden toned individual. And they have 2 horns that are curling up and back. Bright orange eyes. But instead of having the whites around them, you can see the blacks around them. So the orange really pops through. She's wearing definitely like dark black and gray garb, akin to like something a roguish type individual would wear. There's a hood that's currently down. And she walks, she tends to walk very quietly. You don't really hear her fit. She's very soft-footed. But she's always watching. And there's always a kind of a sly grin upon her face. And as she smiles, she has these sharper fangs on the side as well. With like fingerless gloves, other accoutrement, but very, very understated, but to the average person, an adventurer.
I'll go walking up to them and offer the last 3 apples that are in my bag and go, thank you for taking care of them. They should follow what you do as long as you don't mistreat them. And so here's some apples that you can give them, and then you'll be friends.
Thank you. Delightful. And she like whisks the apples away in her pack. Okay, well, I will go and take care of your horses. Leo,
Where are you taking them?
there's a stable just down the block. They are good businessmen, and we have a good rapport with them, so we'll make sure that they're taken care of.
Okay. I will be back for them tomorrow, and if they are not, I will kill somebody.
Interesting. Well,
Okay, thank
Leo,
you. Bye. And I turn around and start to walk back towards my friends.
Leo, tell Granny I'll be back in about an hour or so.
He'll just literally tap on the side of his head and just say, "We'll talk."
Sounds good. And she'll take the reins and start leading the cart and the horses down the block. As you guys, I assume, are led to the bakery.
His hands are in his pockets. He's kind of whistling. He doesn't. It seems like he has kind of a lot of vibrato, but it's not really that. He just the more you act cautious in a town like this, the more you are pointed at. So
Mhm.
walking like you own the place is probably better.
Mhm.
And that's what he tends to do with Kellen, probably writing some things down because that's the know-it-all of the group. And he's just walking towards Grandy's. So where you're coming from? That's not what he says. He goes, visiting, coming through, leaving, staying forever.
Visiting, I suppose you call it.
You know, most people say they're visiting, then they end up staying.
Oh, I've got people that I owe stuff to, and they would be very upset if I stay forever. So
Fair.
Kellen just looks at Leo, just does this.
And he'll look right back to the road. Anyone who, I mean, I say anyone, Winnie, because of the insight, especially being a magic user, and someone who knows like probably the telltale signs of like small things. The look that Leo gave Kellen probably formed a connection. Of something arcane or something. But he looks and looks back up and just in Kellis' mind, what?
We bringing debt to Granny now? They owe something to somebody? Is this a good idea? Should we not be doing this?
No, I don't think they owe. I mean, they just seem like visitors. And you heard what Heinrich said. They're really strong, and we kind of need that.
Yeah, I know they're really strong, and yet they owe someone. Just saying, it's a little weird.
I mean, Granny doesn't owe.
What we're gonna keep this from Granny?
No, I'm just. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just listen. As long as they are not putting their debt upon Granny, I think she'll be fine. Otherwise, she'll boil them alive or something. I don't know.
Okay, well that's fair. Oh, I really hope she doesn't do it. That was a little horrifying last time.
A lot.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Sorry.
Has it been
Casual
silent this whole time? Well,
Probably.
there's a long pause, and then Udazash will continue to talk during that, and is like, yeah. So hopefully we can find out what we need to find out, and then get going, and but hopefully. Maybe you will know stuff. Marcus, Winifred, how much do we want to talk about things now, or do we wait to get to the bakery?
We're doing.
Oh no! Oh
Let's
no!
keep-
You know what this is? This is
Hold
that
on.
moment where like the bright-eyed young thing from like Iowa goes to like Manhattan, New York, and her friends are like, "We are not going to talk to strangers. We are not going to ask what anyone is selling. We're just going to go right to the sub."
Unfortunately, when you start doing this, that bright-eyed Ohio girl who happens to also be a serial killer gets the wrong impression, and you watch as she starts to reach for her bow.
Winifred like takes her arm. Just we don't. Zash. Let's get to where we're going. See if these fine folks can assist in what we're looking for. But I don't think this is a conversation that we need to have in the open street.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
that's
must be
why I
doing this
figured.
inside us.
Okay, so I figured I'd ask.
I should also mention that Leo and Kellen and Mishka look young 20s. Like, just got in their 20s vibe.
Oh, sweet Jesus Mary, they're children.
They are.
They're children. Listen, I'm at the point in my life where anyone under the age of 25 looks like a child.
Yep.
Looks like I'm there too. However, I get the sense that unlike Illithor, these people have lived more than 20 years, even if they were only 20.
Yeah.
So and like I think Winnie's actually even put the broom away, so people aren't pointing and looking at the weird witchy bitch on the broom. The fractal cat is definitely sitting on her shoulder though.
Buddy.
You all arrive at the bakery, which, in contrast to the other buildings and spots that you've seen as you pass through the city, it's actually very warm and very welcoming in here. The smell of freshly baked bread fills the room, and you can see a couple rough and tumble looking people, maybe not so different from the guy in armor that you had seen just a few minutes prior. Some of them sit and meander about, but everybody's very respectful. Everybody's very quiet and somewhat well spoken. As coming out of a back room, there's a halfling woman. Hold on. I see Omega typing. Should I? Okay, cool. She's got several freshly baked rolls on a pan, and she's got longish graying hair tied in a bun that sits perfectly on the top of her head. Some of those strands have kind of fallen down, you know. She's got a very warm face, nice big cheeks. She's got a beautiful floral apron on over like a orange and red dress. And she says, "Oh, all right. Well, the next rolls are done." And she places them and starts like plating them on what you can see is a display of several pastries. But there's that one spot that's always empty, and the moment she starts putting them down, you see everybody like gets a little amped and a little excited as some of them slowly and politely start walking before anybody else can to take one or two of those rolls. Thank you, Granny. Oh, of course, dear. Oh, Leo, Kellen, we just made some new rolls. Feel free to help yourself. Oh, and we have new friends.
I'll take that, Granny. Don't worry your back. And the tray that she has suddenly lifts out of her hand, and there's nothing. It is completely invisible, for lack of a better word. It just seems like it lifts. And I'll finish putting things out. This is didn't get there. Winnie, I think one's name is. They need a place to stay and someone to talk to.
Potentially information if you can provide it, grandmother.
Oh, well. Thank you, Leo, and thank you, Kellen. And Kellen, gives like a smile and a wave. And as you lift the tray and start moving it around, there's just this little like, damn it, from him. She sort of gestures to one of the tables. It's just got several chairs. It's almost like a cafe. There's open windows out into the street, and at one point it must have been beautiful out there. But it's not quite as so now. But she gestures to this table and says, "Oh, please, sit, take a seat. Let's discuss. You need a place to stay. You need information. I can help with that. For a price."
Fake kid that she is, Winnie chuckles. There's always a price.
Yeah, they do tend to be that.
It'd be only fair.
When you say price, you talking like an amount of silver, gold? What you talking, you?
Oh, I'm not so transactional to only think of funds and monetary payments. No, it would just be 2 favors that I can call upon whenever I need to.
Well, I'd be
Ash?
happy to help you with that. Yeah.
Oh,
Marcus.
yeah.
I said I. I didn't say we. I said
no.
I.
Yes.
You can see
Marcus is-
Leopold.
Yeah, go
Like
ahead.
I said, you can see Leopold as he's finished setting out the pastries that were left on the tray. Tray just floats back to like a counter in the back. One of the cinnamon rolls floats off, breaks in half, and one goes to Kellen. And then he takes another chair, spins it around, and like sits behind it. And he's just like watching the conversation. Just
After Marcus says what he says, Udazash says, I'm sorry, I cannot offer unspecified favors because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. And the person that I have to go bring stuff back to would be very upset.
Oh, well, that's all right. I mean, you can always take a chance of somebody offering a room at an inn, but, well, that's your choice.
What happens at the inn that it is chance?
Oh, nothing terrible, dearie. Just, some people's coin purses tend to go missing.
Oh.
Others tend to go missing too.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I have dealt with that before.
Hmm.
You know, you have two favors. Why don't you tell us what they are and we decide from there? I'm sure we'd love to help you, but we want to make sure that we actually can, you know?
Of course. Well, you see, there it is what we call collection time. For those who have stayed and have made this their home, we have offered them wonderful, wonderful things. Food, care. But it comes with a price, and we are collecting today. So the first favor will be if you could venture to the north side of the city. There is a particular mage who has yet to pay his comeuppance. We just need you to go and fetch his little coin purse and just bring it back here. And if
Oh,
he
this is-
doesn't offer it freely, you take it from him.
Oh, so this is like taxes. How much do you need?
I believe it was 150 gold pieces.
Okay,
Delightful.
I think that I can do. I mean, taxes are important.
The second favor
Mm-hmm.
would be to bring Leopold with you. Yes. Oh, well,
Would you like
it's
to come?
just-
Would you like to come with us, Leopold?
We have our the thing, we're like three
Yes.
in a trench coat. Okay.
Yes, you absolutely are. But if there's something I've noticed, we gotta get that confidence in you to do what you have to do.
I have confidence.
Do you?
No.
Oh, my dear. And you feel her warm hand sort of like pat you on the cheek before she pinches it and kind of like shakes you a little bit. We'll get it somewhere out of you yet. But you all seem like a rather, well, if you don't mind my saying, intimidating bunch.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just a teddy bear, me.
She giggles a little bit more at the wink. She says, "So, you do this for me right now, and I assure you that you will have a place to come back to so that you can rest. And then, as a bonus, if I can offer some information, we can discuss terms."
Grandmother,
Yes.
the likelihood that this mage will be difficult to work with. Even odds on that?
Oh, well, he's not necessarily violent by any means. Sometimes he's just delves a little too far into his work. You see, the mages here tend to really try to hold on to some of the more infernal influences that some of the magic down below provided. So they sort of spend their time focused on that. So he's not a rebellious or rambunctious sort. It should be relatively easy. Just tell him that I sent you, and that should be enough.
DM,
Mm.
Yes.
it's just. I feel like Winnie has a bit of like trepidation with creepy old women who pretend to be like bakers and shit.
I was actually
We're on
going to
the
come at
same
this from a
wavelength there?
different angle, but go for it.
Yeah, no, I like, to be perfectly honest, I think she's getting Auntie Ethel vibes right now. Is this bitch actually a fucking tiefling?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Halfling.
I would love to do something similar in a different way. Where Udazash is going is like, this is actually like a nice old grandmother who probably is like the mob boss. Is she a mob
Yeah, no,
boss?
she's absolutely a fucking crime lord.
Yeah.
But
Enjoy
Also,
your
it's,
roll. It's got a razor blade in it.
yeah, it's giving Peaky Blinders just a
I was
little.
just about to say, like, oh, we're the Peaky fucking Blinders. You know?
Peaky fucking Blinders. That's a 24 for insight.
She is a halfling. She is not giving off any hag
Halfling,
vibes. Yes. Mish is the tiefling. Mrs. Honeymeadow, who you're currently speaking with, is the
I'm trying to make an H.
halfling.
If I do it fast enough, it looks like an H.
I'm like, why are we voguing? I
It was
don't
like
get it.
T-H. Both have lings.
the dumbest shit. If I do it fast enough, it looks like an H.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I just do that. There you go. H.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay,
Yep,
so
yep.
Mrs. Honeymeadow is actually a halfling.
Yes.
Okay. Winnie relaxes a little bit, but not much.
Is she giving off any Fae vibes?
Make me an insight check.
Okay. Because I don't know if I'd go specifically hag, but certainly I rolled a natural 1, so I'm really interested in these rolls.
It smells
Um,
great in here. It smells great in here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Udazash is still wary about offering an unspecified, now that we know the terms, she's a little bit more like, oh, okay. She will at some point though speak up and say, to be honest, I'm going to be more interested in the information than in the staying place, if that helps with negotiating of terms.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Because we are here for information and not for bets.
Heinrich also apparently met them. They fought to Mike into something because Heinrich's dumb. Not dumb, sorry, we don't say that. But Heinrich made a choice apparently and got stuck. So
We did
Darren-
save his life.
he said
We
that.
did. But in fairness to Heinrich, he picked a flower and did not know that it was the Myconids territory because it was very brand new. And the Myconids were very, very nasty.
Just incredibly aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, leave it to Heinrich. All right. I'll make the deal a little sweeter. If you get this tithe, then you have a place to stay for a week. And I will be your information broker. If there's something you need to know specifically, then I'd be happy to help, because you helped save one of my people.
I'll side-eye Winnie and Marcus and see what they think about this.
I kind of get close to everyone. I say, just kind of like nonchalantly, I mean, is it the best deal? No, by no means that, but this or nothing. And quite frankly, I'd rather do a little bit of crime for a lot of protection than get none.
You could always try talking to the Bright Shield.
Ha!
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
I ain't doing that
Thank
anytime
you.
soon, me.
I'll look to Marcus and Udazash to like get confirmation. Like, are we doing this? Yeah. Very well, Grandmother. We will see if we can collect, and we'll bring young Leo with us.
Yes, make sure he's the one to have the conversation. He typically lets me or Kellen do the talking.
I talk. Okay.
What was the name of this mage?
His name is Alabaster.
He's an alabaster. Ha ha. No.
So that's funny. I like that.
No, that was actually actually pretty clever.
Just gonna like can I have another? Can I get it out and out like and I will like pouch that I stole. Just open up pouch,
there you go.
silver piece. Can I get another big?
Yes,
Thanks.
that's fine.
He's just gonna like walk over and just.
Real quick, are any of these baked goods on the table in front of us or around us, or does Leopold
Oh,
come back
absolutely.
with the baked goods? I want to take a really good sniff. Are they poisoned? Are they drugged? Is there something in them? Because the way everybody's acting is like
It's giving
addiction vibes. It's giving
the dream pies and fucking Curse of Strahd.
a little
Is
bit
what
a
it's
little
giving.
bit. And this sweet old lady who is a crime boss but not a hag is controlling all these people somehow, and why not with the best baked goods in town that are just full of bad things? Do I smell bad things in the baked goods?
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
Do I smell bad things in the baked goods?
Like, what even does drugs smell like when it's in a lovely orange scone?
I would like to think that Udazash is part of like her ranger being able to go anywhere, being able to scrounge and forage for her own food, has gotten very good at identifying the look and the smell of things that are not good to eat or things you got to be careful of. And so with the way that everybody's acting and with a 23, what do I get?
You don't get anything bad. You just register that, and you can even see like you've had some pastries. You've had some good pastries in Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
These look real good. This is like we made the joke. I mentioned every time I go to Philadelphia, I go to Green Eggs because of their French toast. It is the best French toast that I've ever had.
Yeah.
It's like that level. Like everything just has that sweetness and that warmth, and it's just made well.
I think Leo clocks Udazash's curiosity, and the baked good he grabbed. I think he probably grabbed like a cranberry orange muffin. I'm getting real Panera vibes on that one. But seeing that, he just will float the muffin that he grabbed over to Udazash. It just kind of hovers over. It's good. It's really good. I haven't had food like this in it's been a while.
I mean, it smells amazing. How much do I owe? And I'll look at the grandmother. How much do I owe you for the thing?
I already paid for this one, so you can just.
Oh, how much do I owe you for this?
Granny gives Leo
I mean, 2 silver, 3, 4, 6 silver.
Udazash gives you 5. Because you've said not to try, and it's very clear you've said 3 numbers and you've just confused her with numbers.
He just take it and like look and just okay. And I think he doesn't put it in his own pocket. He just like scoots it over to Granny. Just
she accepts it. And she just looks at you again with that little bit of like a corrective look. It just says, "If you're good at something, never do it for free."
Yes, I know. Thanks. Okay, so we can go if you need to like put your stuff down or whatever. But it'll take it's collection day, so we should probably get going. It's probably the busiest day of like the month, so for us at least.
Very well. We will make sure not to return empty-handed, grandmother.
I should also ask if he like points at Udazash's bow and then looks at Winnie and Marcus. They said he was strong, but like what? I don't see anything. Do you like?
Mm-hmm. I'll look at Marcus.
Udazash chuckles.
I give a knowing look back to Winifred and kind of a bit of a charming smile back to Leopold and just say, well, that's the beauty of a share. We get to find out together.
Okay. Yeah, I believe you. Awesome. And you? Oh, I guess I'm waiting to see yours as well.
Oh, I don't know if you want any manner of collateral damage in this shop. It's very lovely in here.
Oh, I like you.
So they're strong. Got it. You hear that, Kellen? Strong.
Kellen
Peach.
is like looking in your direction, but like looking away consistently because Shale has clocked Kellen and is just staring, like kind of staring daggers before she looks back. Yes, we are.
Okay.
She lets some of the scales be visible along her cheek before they disappear again, almost like a ripple kind of moving across her skin.
Seeing that, I think he'll look at Callan, then look at Granny, and then just okay.
It's cool. What's over here? And like Kellen, like fully beelines like anywhere else.
But we should go. We should go then.
Yeah. Oh yes. Well, be safe, and we'll see you soon.
I will let you know when the tithe has been offered back, and we will be back in. I don't have a time, but we'll be back.
Delightful. Well, it's time for me to make some more scones. We've only got 2 left. And at the moment people hear scones again, they're like, ooh.
Gib.
Yeah.
Okay, Leo, lead on.
Okay. We'll be back. Kellen, let me know that. Yeah, you know. Okay. And he will like get up, kind of like hop off of his seat. Actually, he'll hop back. He kind of went backwards. Finishes the last of the scone that he had, a muffin that he had. We'll get up and head to the door.
All right.
Follow me. And I will say, as he gets to the door, for a moment, you all will see like a ripple of like think like a heat wave almost. You'll see like a slight ripple. You'll see his eyes get wider just for a moment, and then that ripple goes away. Just all right. All good.
As they're walking out, Winnie just makes like very intense eye contact with Shale. Because I think we're both in the same fucking boat right now.
I'd say at this point, because you guys have been traveling long enough, that Shale gives that look and a little bit of a nod that basically says, the moment things get weird, I'm ready to throw down.
Winnie just kind of makes a motion with her hand, like a curl of the fingers and a swirl of the wrist, and that black, almost antimatter magic just swirls around her hand and vanishes.
Okay.
With my passive perception of 17, there's a look, but he keeps walking. He notes the magic.
All right. Well, as you all start moving through Elturel towards the mage that is your quarry, it is here that we will find the end of our episode.
Oh, I love Leopold.
Oh my goodness.
I love him so much. Thank you all for tuning in for tonight's episode. Getting to tell stories with some fantastic friends is seriously the highlight of my week. So Thank you all for watching. Thank you to my wonderful, wonderful cast for playing. And speaking of our cast, let's reintroduce them and where we might find them.
I am Lauren Urban. You can find me at lauren-urban.com. Thanks.
Keeping it easy. I'm Omega, also known as Crit Bard. He, they pronouns. You can find me at Crit Bard everywhere, unless it's a site that is owned by people we don't fuck with.
Hi, folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. You can find me all over the internet as _ Laura Tutu or on my website, lauratutu.com. Yeah, I'm around.
All right, hello everyone. My name is PJ McGaw. You can find me all over the internet at PJ McGaw. Facebook, almost said Fistbook. Jesus. Instagram, Twitter X, not TikTok, womp womp, and Blue Sky everywhere else. You can find me there. When I'm not here, you can also find me on Tuesdays for My Hero Academia D+ Ultra. Things are getting very awesome and heavy and cool and dark. So come in and check it out. As just a bunch of high school kids with superpowers have to deal with a bunch of crazy stuff. I had one other specific brain thought and turned into a brain fart. Oh, right. I'm also Natch Wayne Productions official in the chat. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, boom, that's the way to go. And so further details, please check my social medias for other cool things I'm doing with the cool people I'm doing it with. Until then, see you next time.
And I am Cujo. I have been your chronicler for this evening. Streaming schedule, as PJ said, Tuesdays for the next couple weeks, we've got D+ Ultra, our My Hero Academia inspired TTRPG miniseries using kids on bikes. Holy crap, this last episode took a hard left into some intense shit. So definitely tune in. Thursdays, we have The Tales of the Valiant, sponsored by Kobold Press. Thank you, Kobold Press, for the sponsorship. We love our kobolds here. And if you're looking for Fridays, congratulations, you found it. It's this. Welcome to Shadows over Baldur's Gate. In the meantime, outside of this channel, if you would like to see me in other things, check out Nerd Immersion on Wednesday nights, where we play 2024 D&D with Fandelver and Below, with the updated rules, which has been great and totally not alarming or insane. But in the meantime, follow my social media. I'm only going to be talking about Blue Sky right now. So follow me at Cujo Plays Games or Crit Hit Chronicles. Those are, Cujo Plays Games is my personal page, but Crit Hit Chronicles is where you can look for any updates on future campaigns. Like, I don't know, a Kingdom Hearts game that's going to happen in June. So yeah, go and tune in. We are going to go ahead and get a raid going for smoking glue guns. We love our smoking glue guns here. But in the meantime, please be nice to each other. Please support each other. Please just love each other. Please. I think we all kind of need it. Please.
Also, don't talk to the cops.
Yes, please don't talk to the cops. And don't talk to ICE for reasons. Anyway.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes. In the meantime, we love you. We appreciate you. We will see you next time. Everybody have a good night. Bye.